I wasn't really sure going in what to expect, but I came out a different person for sure.
Almost in passing, I said, this is the happiest, this is the most normal I've felt in 8 weeks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Repeat that last sentence again? But then I stopped, and it's like, wow, an absolute ability to appreciate exactly that statement. Just what a big deal that is to say this is the happiest I've felt since I've been diagnosed with herpes. This exact moment.
That's one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. I was able to find a renewed sense of purpose in life. Also to be able to tap into my positivity that I've been trying to seek for 18 years. It was just awe-inspiring just to have that experience. It was great.
The weekend was, in one word, it was just healing. I kind of went with no expectations because I didn't know what to expect. And when I came out of the weekend, I walked out with something totally unexpected that was really tuning into myself more, and that just branches out into my whole entire life.
Be ready to be you, be genuine, be true to yourself, be ready to join a family, be ready to not want to go home when it ends.
I like that.
I feel like I can face it now. So it's not a deep secret hidden anymore.
And it sounds like you can still really love yourself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Of course. I love that.
And it was also great to see those transformations, even after just the first day.
For me, the transformation that everybody, and it wasn't just one person or a few of them, it was every single one of them. It was all of the participants. They had this amazing transformation, and just from Friday afternoon to Saturday afternoon, it was unbelievable. It really was.
It feels good, really. I've been trying to take it all in the last couple of days. Each day I get better, I get more confident. I don't feel the weight on my shoulders anymore. Whereas before, I just felt so closed in.
It was probably the most amazing thing I've seen in a long time. I really have to thank you. It was amazing. I did not expect it to be that dynamic of a program, to be that emotional.
So you were a little surprised, it sounds like.
A little. This is an understatement.
And regardless of where you are with herpes and in your life, you're going to leave in a better space. And I just didn't see anybody there this weekend that didn't leave in a better space.
Constant worry and beating myself up is what I was experiencing before the weekend, and after the weekend, I just haven't had that since. It feels so nice to say, just so nice to be calm about it. I wasn't calm before. Things are really going really well in my life right now. And without the weekend, there's really would have been layers and layers of shame and guilt that I would constantly still have in the back of my mind, not knowing how to bring them to the surface and to really heal. And I had no idea that was really going to happen that weekend, and it really did for me.
And to actually feel a shift, no hyperbole or anything, but the opportunity to see yourself differently, to see myself differently, to see other people transform right in front of your eyes. It's amazing.
That was the most amazing thing. They got there themselves. And to see that moment when they absolutely light up, it was just bliss. It was unbelievable.
It's so much different the way I feel now about it. I have a whole different perspective on that now. I just feel like I'm more confident. I think that has a lot to do with feeling you're worthy, you deserve it. I never really felt that way before. I always thought, I don't deserve it. I did something wrong. And, feel like, damn it, I do. There's nothing wrong with me,
After my diagnosis, I was just looking on the internet, trying to figure out, how do other people handle this news? It's devastating. And I stumbled across your YouTube video. It was great. I showed it to my mom, and she started crying. She was like, "You're going, right?" And I knew that I needed to go. It made me feel like I had a chance of loving myself again and to feel beautiful when I felt the absolute ugliest. And that weekend was even better than the video.
I got to listen to people's stories, and even though I have herpes and they have herpes, their stories touched me.
I think this weekend was the opportunity to take a step back and see how we treat ourselves, how we interact with others, and how the way we treat ourselves has such an impact on the way we interact with others.
Kind of like learning to love myself a little bit more. And it's working. I am enjoying every moment that I have been living since.
When I showed myself the compassion that I needed, but didn't know how to show it to myself, everything changed for me.
To see them so happy at the end, it was joyful. It was very uplifting. It was very life-affirming, and it was very spiritual. The whole weekend was very, very moving and very spiritual. I feel honored to have been able to be a part of that.
I think it took me wanting. I wanted it. I wanted to feel okay, and I wanted to know how other people dealt with it. I knew that if I didn't go, that I would try to deal with it myself. But I would always wonder, how much better could I feel if I would have went to the seminar? What if I would have went and then my whole attitude was different?
I really felt it inside of myself when I looked in the mirror in the car, and I was like, I don't care that I have herpes. It didn't matter. Going through the whole event, Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday morning, it was like, I have herpes and I don't care. That's not going to hold me back from being loved.
Well said.
Thank you.
Just being able to speak from your heart, it's warmth, it's trust, it's honesty. There's all the good things in life. I felt those things are what make me, want to be a better person.
When we first started really connecting and having authentic conversation that you don't typically have, it was just such a different way of connecting with people that we're just so not used to. And I just feel like it opened up, like it was just something different that opened up space.
It was so valuable to me. It's worth gold. It's worth gold.
Oh, that feels so good to hear. And
I know.
I'm so glad that you came.
I'm glad I came too. And you did a really nice job facilitating, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge thing this is going to get really huge. I mean, I think you know that. It's really a good seminar, and you don't know how many more people you're going to help. It's just so wide open, and so many people need this that it's going to be incredible. It really is.
It popped up to me just how much of a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, just how much better I felt after the seminar was done versus when I walked in the door, and how immediately I wanted other people who were hurting as bad as I was to be able to have that same opportunity. It was just a powerful experience with some really, really wonderful people. Yeah.
To be a better person by the end of this weekend, and to learn to be vulnerable and forgive myself. I fulfilled all those intentions.
All within the span of 3 days, huh?
Yeah. It was amazing. That's what I told you. It's amazing. Yeah, great. I mean, hey, man, great job. I mean, dude, whoever listens to this, you got to do it. You got to be a part. Yeah. You'll love it.
I never understood how to give myself that until that weekend. And it was just a huge revelation for me. My heart's like unleashed now. It really is.
What does that feel like?
Free. It feels so freeing. So much freedom. I could write a book about how much I love you and how much you've done for me and what a gift you are to this world. I've never met anyone like you. Thank you so much for what you've given me and other people, and for taking that huge loving power that you have and making it happen. You just make shit happen. I couldn't have done that. And thank you so much for doing it.
My pleasure.
It's exactly like somebody switching the light switch on. Everything is just illuminated, and it's so clear. I remember thinking to myself when my switch went off, why was I torturing myself? Why was I putting myself through that? And to see that moment with each of them was, wow. I'll never forget that, ever.
about age, but it's something more. It's more of like a movement. And it's really about yourself. And don't be afraid to have someone push you, because sometimes we need that push, and you'll really be glad you did, because you'll really find out things about yourself and other people that you would never have found out if you didn't go to this. It's really valuable, even though you might think, I don't need this, because I didn't think I needed it either. It's like everybody thinks they're coping with something when they're really not. There's other things you're going to get out of the seminar that I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the end and how you feel about yourself and other people.
All I would say is just take the first step. Once you take the first step, the rest is just like a piece of cake. It's just take the first initiative, and just that first step is what counts. Just go. You don't have nothing to lose. I mean, all you're going to do is just gain and gain and gain. And I actually thought it was going to be like, okay, who takes medicine? But it was nothing about that. It was just more of finding deep inside of us. Anybody that is scared to go, is wondering who's going to be there, if they're looking for help, if they're confused, sad, lonely, take the first step, and I can promise you they will not regret it.
Anybody that comes in, I feel that they can get something out of it. Whatever it is, it could be different things, but the key is the opportunity. It's an opportunity to figure out who you are, and that's powerful.
I just totally understood myself for once. Since that moment, I've just been calm.
The next time something bad happens, I can remember everything I learned at the seminar and all the different exercises we did, and it can be applied in so many different areas of your life.
I think it goes without saying that Adriel was fantastic, exceptional, and in my mind, just ahead of his time. Seriously, I think he's into something that's on the cutting edge right now, and what he created here was just something that's unique, and it wouldn't have worked without him. He's the perfect man to run this. His love, compassion, and insight. I mean, his insight is just incredible. The way he can listen to what a person is saying, it's just uncanny. I really think he's a great person for this job and did a really fantastic job.
You asking me to help you with this workshop was probably one of the most gratifying experiences I've ever had.
I wish I would have done this, a long time ago, and I probably would have been able to not been so angry up until now. I've had no anger at all, as a matter of fact.
Seriously, the first time ever in my life that I've cried tears of relief. Ever. And that was one of the most beautiful cries I've ever had. Even when I talk about that, I get teared up. Every sinking time I talk about that, I get teared up, because it was just like, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And I'm just so thankful for it. What a journey it's been. Thank you, Adriel.
Most people are having the exact same thoughts that you're having right now. That I'm broken, that I'm no good, that it will be with me for the rest of my life, and no one will love me. Those are not original thoughts. Feel yourself, be accepted for who you are again. The hurt and the pain that you are experiencing can be relieved. This is truly an opportunity to expand your idea of yourself and expand to a greater perception of who you are, and not just limited to you have herpes, not limited to the fear of being judged, and not limited to the fear of never finding love again. There's a greater world out there. There's a greater experience to be had.
It really, honestly, not trying to be mushy and gushy and cliche and stuff, but it really was an opportunity. I really came out with a lot. And herpes was a huge thing that I needed. I needed a lot of healing around that, and I got a lot of healing around that.